I'm currently sitting in a 2022 Kona Electric Limited. This car costs $42,500. Now, when I first got in this car, I thought to myself, that's insane, because the entry-level Kona, the gas-powered Kona, costs $21,000. So this is double that cost because it's been retrofitted with an electric battery. The battery is a 64 kilowatt-hour battery, produces 201 horsepower, and has a 256-mile range out of this car, which is actually pretty impressive. And the real range of this car is more like 315 miles of range. When Edmunds did their third-party testing on the loop that they take a bunch of electric vehicles on and drive them down to 0% or till the car won't move anymore, this got 315 miles of range, but that was the 2019 model. So this is either better, worse, or the same, I don't know, but third-party testing, 300 miles of range, it's really impressive when they only advertise 256. Now let's start with the interior of the car. Again, keep in mind, $42,000 car. It does start at like $34,000 with the same amount of range. And this is also a front-wheel drive electric vehicle, which I have never driven a front-wheel drive electric vehicle. So it does have 3 drive modes. So you have Eco mode, which I was just in. Now we're in normal. You have, and then Sport mode. In Sport mode, it rips actually pretty good. The acceleration is quick. We're going to do a 0 to 60 test with this draggy device to see how quick this car actually is. I also like that the range changes depending on what drive mode you're in. So you see we have 213 miles of range in Eco, 211 in normal, and 208 in Sport. And also, when for example, I'll turn the air conditioning off, and now it goes up to 224. I'll turn it back on. Now it goes down to 208. So I just think it's really cool that these cars adjust it. Also, if I turn the fan speed up, okay, so we're at 208 miles of range, I'm gonna turn it all the way up. And then off. So to me, very cool. Like if you were in a situation with an electric vehicle and you're like, man, I don't know if I have enough miles to get to my destination, being able to change various settings in the car and then that being reflected in the displayed mileage, I think is very smart. In Tesla world, and I own a Tesla Model Y if you don't know, in Tesla world, the displayed range is very off and you have to click into an app and view the app to get your actual range. So if you do that, you will get close to the actual range. It's just like, why don't they just have the range be accurate as it's displayed? They want you to use it as a percentage, but a percentage doesn't help me if I have 20 miles left and it says 3% battery. Is that enough? Is that 20 miles? Is that 100 miles? What is that? So I think as far as you being a new EV owner and buying a car like this, which doesn't have as good of a charging network as Tesla, it's nice that they have actual mileage reflected and it can be attained in the real world. So that's what I'll say about that. Now let's look at some of the buttons. Interior quality, it's what you expect out of a Kona. And see, this is where it's tough for me to say, man, $44,000 or $42,000 for this. After destination, it's $43,955, this specific model. The color on the exterior is galactic gray, and it's been sitting outside for a few days. I'm in Arizona, it's very dusty, and it doesn't show much dust, so that's also something to note just about this color specifically. I think gray is like that in general, but this is a cool looking, it's a flat gray, looks really good, and makes this car look sporty and different than all the other cars on the road. So materials on the side here, plastic, this is some leathery rubber material, plastic. Here's your controls here. I almost took my front bumper off. And then we have a fully digital dash, which is very nice. We have a 10-inch touch display. Also has Apple CarPlay. Let's see if we can get that here. Apple CarPlay. And then, yeah, so you have that, and it's very nice. Shout out Blinkist. So yeah, you have a really nice display here. I mean, just look how this looks with in sport mode with the gauges in red. And then we have the Apple CarPlay up. It's amazing how Apple CarPlay changes the interior of a car because it's just so well done. Now on to the center console here. So you have auto for the climate control. You also have driver only air conditioning. So if it's just you in the car and you want to make the car run a little more efficiently, you're able to do that with the driver only AC. Now on a Tesla, if you're in the cult like me, that was a software update. So that's another area where if you're looking at Tesla and you're looking at other options, Tesla's probably the best in terms of the over-the-air updates that they send to the car. And they also listen to their user base as far as like if a bunch of us are complaining on Twitter about something, there's a good chance that that'll get changed in the next software update, which is very cool. Normal, 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 normal. All the rest of that, normal car stuff. Now, here's something that may be weird to a lot of people. This is how you shift the car right here. You press these buttons. Now, at first, I was like, man, I don't know. I don't really like this. What am I in? Now, when I get in the car, my hand goes into this position right here. I know the buttons. I'm in park. Okay, so I want to drive the car. Let's put it into drive. You want to put it in reverse, put it in reverse. You need to put the car in park, put it in park. So it is nice. You get used to that very quickly, and I even find it convenient. Another thing here on the interior of this car that I was very surprised, I didn't know it had it. And also, if you are interested in the Hyundai Ioniq 5, I did extensive reviews on that. I'll have those videos linked in the description. I compare it to the Model Y. I do some range testing. That car is excellent. So my problem with this car is this car costs as much as that does on its entry level. And I think if you're going to get a Hyundai electric car, you should definitely go with the Ioniq 5. Unless you're getting the base model of this, which is like $34,000, and the federal tax incentive is still available on that car. So I think you should go for that. More on the center console here. It has cooled and heated seats. It has, obviously we talked about the drive mode button. This turns on your heated steering wheel, which it's 109 out, so we don't need that. Auto hold is at a light. So when you turn auto hold on, you can see it there. So auto hold is when you are driving your car, you come to a complete stop, you can let off the brake and the car will hold its place. So it's nice that you have a button for that. See, buttons are good. Having no buttons, I don't know, I think this is a good amount of buttons in a car. I'll leave that up to you in the comments. I just find that the center console is well done. One more thing on the drive modes and the customization in this car. So if I click drive mode here, click, it shows it here. Now if I go to settings, I can change climate control to eco. I can also change, if I go back here, generation of the brakes, so I can change it to make the car more efficient or less efficient. So the customization within this car, once you dig through the menus, if you're into that kind of thing, it's there for you. And I really like that. And even the Kona N, which is a car I've considered buying in the Veloster N, their N line is incredible. The exhaust sounds, the way they made those cars from the factory to perform on the track is really impressive, especially with the dual clutch transmission, how quick it shifts and having the boost for 20 seconds. Those are really impressive cars. That's why I say Hyundai like Sunday is doing amazing work, but it's also like Monday too. So I've been calling it Hyundai in other videos, and then someone said, remember their commercial Hyundai like Sunday? So now we're back. So the interior of the car is good. The back seats are small, so I'll show you that right now. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm in a pretty comfortable position. Let's go to the, losing the microphone here. Let's go to the rear of the car and see how that does. Yeah, see, we're tight back here. Like this is, I mean, you're okay sitting like this, but you would need your passengers to move up, and you can even see, so the seat is pushed all the way back from the front, and that's all you have left. So maybe Hezbollah could fit back here, but that's about it. And also the trunk, extremely small, shockingly small. And the seats are comfortable back here, but yeah, I mean, it's for children. And this folds up. So what I did, like when I went to the golf course, I just folded this up and was able to fit my clubs right here. And there is some storage back here, and that's where the charging cable is kept with the cars. And unfortunately, I have to say this now, but this does include a charging cable. Tesla has discontinued that for orders after April 17th. So if you've already ordered your Tesla months ago, you're getting a charging cable. If you haven't yet, fork up the cash. So let's take this thing for a drive and see how it drives. Into drive we go. Let's start our drive with an illegal U-turn. And we're off. The first thing you'll notice is the driving position and visibility in the car is good. You have good visibility in this thing. You're able to see over your shoulder fairly easily. That lady's alone in her car with a mask on. God bless her. And also, it's quick. Just like any electric car, just the pickup is there. Wouldn't get this type of pickup in this kind of a car. Like the entry-level Kona with a gas-powered engine is a pig. It's very slow. It's almost dangerously slow. So the fact that you get a quicker car is already a benefit. I just think it's safer to be able to merge efficiently and not have to floor the car and it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. And the regen is also very nice. Also the ride quality. Another thing people like to complain about in Teslas is the ride quality. This has 17-inch alloy wheels with low rolling resistance tires, so it drives nice. It's very well done. The only part that scares me, if you look at these shots of the underside of the car, the battery's kind of exposed. And you can see that this thing was just, they pulled the engine out and plopped a battery on the underside of it. And that's why I recommend going with the Ioniq, because yes, this is an electric car, but it's a lot of money. So I recommend this car at the lower level so you can get the federal tax incentive and get it into the $20,000 region. Because in that region, this car is a killer. It's an absolute killer. Because it rides nice, has good technology like this, has a decent sound system, has cooled seats. You can hear the electric motors. So yeah, it's a quirky car. Another thing to note as far as the refinement of it, it's low traffic. When you're trying to come to a complete stop, or if you're only going 5 miles an hour and inching your way up and back and forth, it's jerky. It is a jerky car. The brakes are highly sensitive. I don't know why that is. I know it has bigger brakes on it because it is quicker, but they're just highly sensitive. Also in cruise control, we'll set cruise control right now. It has adaptive cruise, so it will work in start-stop traffic. We'll just let it go up to the traffic in front of me right now. And it also has a button right here that does the follow distance. So right now I'm at the closest setting, and now I'm at the furthest setting, and there's 4 settings in between the two. So it has nice features like that. I like the digital dash. I like this 10-inch touch display. It's responsive, as you can see, and it has a good sound system. So the downsides of the car are, on the higher end model like this, it's in the $40,000 range, and at that point you have a lot of other options to look at, including an entry-level Model 3. And the other thing is, this car looks identical to a car that costs $20,000. So that, to me, it's like, that's kind of a tough pill to swallow. It does have adaptive cruise. It also has a form of lane keep assist that works very well on the highways. You can see here I'm not even on the pedals. It's braking for me. It will come to a complete stop. So it does have that technology. A lot of people talk about Tesla Autopilot, which is excellent. This also has something similar to it. Obviously, it's not as advanced, but it does work very well, so you have that as a substitute. This car's for a certain person. If you're in the we're gonna get in an accident. Oh my God. Oh my God. It just accelerated at that Prius. I don't blame it, actually. Maybe we should have taken the Prius out. But this car, as far as a city-going car, if you're in a place where you need to fit in tight parking spots and things like that, this would be great. It sits up a little higher so your visibility is good, yet it's still a small vehicle. It's electric. If you live in an apartment, make sure you have a good place to charge it every night. It does come with a charger. I've just been charging on the wall outlet at home, and that's actually been sufficient for this car, charging at 1.3 kilowatt hours. It's actually been pretty good. You just throw it on as soon as you get home, like it's a habit, and let the car charge, and you should, by the next day, unless you have a crazy commute, you should by the next day have more than enough mileage to get to where you're going. So I like this. It's a good car, good SUV, whatever you want to call it. People get mad when I call things cars and their SUVs and whatever, but those people need to get a life, right? I think it's a little expensive, but it does work nicely in the time that I've had it, and I like the technology updates and the customization that Hyundai has. Great work by them. Thank you guys for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate it. Drop a like and drop a comment if you have any questions about this car. If you're shopping this against any other brands, there's a good chance that I've driven it. I'm trying to get the Kia EV6. It's just not in the press fleet currently in Phoenix. I have to continue to work on getting that. Or if one of you has a Kia EV6, I'd love to drive it if you're open to that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Like the video, wear a mask when you're alone in the car. So we will end the video by doing a 0 to 60 test in this car. We'll do it in sport mode, and we'll do it with the air conditioning off and see what kind of time we can produce. Air conditioning is off. Drive mode is sport, and we are going to turn on the Draggy app. And I'll have this linked in the description if you guys want to buy a Draggy. I have a discount code there. Not sponsored by them. They just have an affiliate program. You save a little bit of money using my code Gjeebs. So that will be down in the description if you're interested. All right, draggy's reset. We're ready to go.
30, 60.
All right, let's see what we did there. You can see it likes to smoke the tires a little bit. 0 to 60 in 7.05 seconds. I think we can get a little bit better out of it if we are easier on the throttle. So let's try that.
30, 60.
All right, so this time was verified at 7.39 seconds. The car feels quicker than that though. Because it's front wheel drive, it's held back. There's so much torque being put through the front wheels, you can't figure out a way to put the power down. And also these tires are in no way meant for that. So about 7 seconds, but trust me, this car feels quick, much quicker than the gas version of it. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with me this long. Hope this video was of value to you. Put any questions or comments you have down below. I'll try to get back to you because I know it's hard to get a hold of these things on dealer lots. A lot of them are either sold out or just don't have any available. So if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'll try to get back to it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Also, again, click this card on your screen here. This is the review I did of the Ioniq 5. Car is unbelievable, very comparable to the Model Y, and it's expensive, but it's worth it. So check that video out if you don't mind. It's be a good video to watch next, if you know what I'm saying. And you do know what I'm saying.